Good afternoon. Hope everyone can hear me. Welcome to the afternoon session. So, today we are going to start another important practical session. So, in the morning, we have discussed about uh, something related to data types and variables. Now we are going to see some practical sessions based on different data types, and I hope to discuss about some other fundamental things like decision making and all. So before start the theory part, I would like to refresh you with a small activity. Hope you all can see my Notepad++. Um, so we'll do a small activity and then we can do the usual theory and the other fundamentals. So open a new file and then save this as seventh Java program. And then you can save this as Java source file. So you can give a name. Always name should be in a single word format. Even though you are using few words, you can remove spaces and you can convert it to a single word. And then you can choose the save type and then click on save. So now we save the file. So we can start with the class as usual. Whatever the thing we do, whatever the thing we supposed to pass for the output or whatever the process, we have to write in between those class and the main method. So first of all, you have to open a class and then we should give a name for the class. So in this platform, we give the same name we gave for the file. So you can copy the file name and then paste it here. Then open curly brackets. This is the scope of your class. Inside this, you can open the main method, public static void main string args. Right. So now what we did, so we created a class and a main method. So you also can open a class, open a file, save it as seventh Java program, and then open a class and this main method to do the code. Please get ready with the environment and then we can start the code. Students, I need 5 minutes from you. I have a small call, urgent call. I'll take that call and come back. Please try to develop this and get ready. I'll stop the screen for 5 minutes so I can give you the code. Please try this thing. Get ready with that. After 5 minutes, I'll come back to the session. Thank you.
Excuse me, madam. Madam.
Janit, actually, I started the session for an urgent call. I need 5 minutes from you. I already asked students to open a new file and start a class and a main method. So until I finish the call, I won't be able to join with the meeting for a 5 minutes. Give me that 5 minutes. I'll come back.
Thank you, madam.
Students, I came back. Thank you for your patience. I had a small, not small actually, urgent inquiry from the department head, so I had to get into that. Let's discuss this thing again. Right. So we were discussing about the code, and I asked you to start a class and the main method. So now I'm going to practice a small code with you to refresh your knowledge, and then we can slowly get into other fundamental things. Right. So now you know how to define values, how to introduce some variables to the code. So let's do a small calculation with this, right? So let's take int a equal 5. So now this is the variable. This is the name I gave. And this is the data type. To this variable, I can pass only integer type values. And then I'm going to do another variable. Let's take 3 for this. So now you can do some calculations. So I'll show you how to do this thing. If you want, you can do the calculation direct in this brackets like this, A plus B. So your computer can do these kind of calculations because your computer knows the value of these variables. These are not just characters, they are holding a value. And then we have operations. So these are the operations. These are the small calculations that we all can perform. So your computer can understand these things and your computer will do these operations. But if you do something like this, so if you do something like this, if you put double quotations, your computer doesn't concern what's the inside operation. Your computer automatically print exactly this thing on the screen. But here we want to do the calculation. So you have to remove the double quotation, or else you can do something like this. So let's say first I'm going to do the addition. So I'm going to add these two, A plus B. Sorry, B. So this is a new variable. If these two are integers, then answer also should be an integer. So here you have to get a variable. For this variable, you can give whatever the name you want. And then you have to take the exact variable you define here. දැන් මෙතන A and B define කළා. ඔයාට වෙන කොහේවත් නැති අකුරක් මෙතන type කරන්න බෑ. මෙතනදි මට ඕනේ මේගොල්ලෝ hold කරන් ඉන්න value එක ගන්න. ඒකයි variable එක ගත්තේ. Right. And then let's take another calculation. Int sub. I'm going to subtract from A to B. So I'm going to subtract B from A. So here it does the calculation and then it passed that value to this variable. So you can't keep variables without this data type. If you keep a variable without the data type, it will give you an error. And then we have multiplication A, right. So we are going to multiply. Int division. Let's take something called div. A divided by B. Int modulus. So modulus in the sense you divide 5 by 3 and then you get the remainder. I don't know whether I discussed this thing previously, but I'll show you. So when you divide 5 by 3. So here 1, this is 3, and then we have 2. So then the remainder value is 2. If you want to get this value as the output, you get division. You use this operator. But if you want to get the remainder value, ඉතුරු වෙන value එක නම් ගන්න ඕනේ අපිට modulus කියන එක තමයි use කරන්න වෙන්නේ. We called it as modulus. A modulus කියන්නේ percentage mark එක B. Right. So now what we are going to do? We want to print all these things because these are just operations. Until you use this thing, these things we can't pass to the output. So let's take system.out println. Let's take these 5 times because we have 5 things to print. So now you can take these variables because these are hold the values of these operations. Right. So now we have number 5 and number 3. So what we are going to do? We are going to do operation A plus B. A equals to 5, B equals to 3. So you are going to add these two. 5 plus 3 equals to 9. So then it will pass 9 to this variable. So this variable hold the value 9. And then we ask to print this variable here. When we call that variable, it will print the value of this variable. So that is how we use these operations and print statement to get the print out, right? So now you can open the command prompt. If you close the command prompt after the previous session, what you should do is you can go to the search bar and then search for command prompt or terminal. So if you are using Windows operating system, then search for command prompt and then try to change the pathway because your command prompt is a common application. Once you close it and once you open it again, you have to change the path. So you have to copy the path of your Java folder. This is the Java folder. Copy paste the path. So once you pasted it, you can see something like this. Then press enter. So now you all are inside this Java folder. Command prompt එක කියන්නේ Java folder එක තියෙන folder එක ඇතුලේ තියෙන tool එකක් නෙමෙයි. ඒක එළියේ තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට යාට අපි මේ file එක compile කරන්න, execute කරන්න කියලා කිව්වට එයාට එහෙම කරන්න බෑ. ඒ නිසා අපිට අර ඒකට path එක දීලා තමයි මේ දේ කරන්න වෙන්නේ. Right. So how we do that? Java C, and then you can compile and then you can interpret. So now you can see answers. So 8 is this one, A plus B. So A plus B equals to 8, right? So here this answer for this thing. And then we can see subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, everything we can see. So if you want, you can nicely modify the answer. I'm going to do that. The answer of 5 plus 3 is. So I'm going to print a small sentence before the output and then this thing. So you can do that for all. Right. So as per the way you want, you can modify the answer. The only thing you should remember is you should use it in a correct way. So this is 5 minus 3. This is 5 multiply. This is the division. This is the modulus. So let's check the output. Then it will clear. Other than that, we can just see a few numbers. Right. So you can see this is very nice. Everyone can understand. The answer of 5 plus 3 is 8. The answer of 5 minus 3 is 2. So like that, you can get the output. Right. So now quickly do this code and get the output and send me a screenshot to verify that you all are doing the thing correctly. I'll give you 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes to quickly do this thing. Good. I can see some of your coding and already sent me the answers. Kavindu, Anuttara. Very good. Right. So others can do and send me the screenshots. So now this is how we use variables, not only for integers, for other things also you can do the same way, right? So you can try with some string type data and float. So if you change all these integer type to float, you can get float type answers. So like that, please try to do all these things. I can see all of your answers. Janit Kulatunga has sent me the answer. Yes, it's working very good. Please send all of your answers. Then I can check. Asvika's answer also there. Good, good job. Right. So let's move to the next important topic. So today I want to start another new fundamental concept in Java. So I wanted to discuss about conditions, if else, those kind of things. Yeah. Hope you all can see my PowerPoint presentation. So today I want to focus conditions. So now students, in these computer programs, in these uh, programming related things, what we do, we develop instructions because your computer is just a machine. Your computer can't understand anything without instruction. Our job is giving instructions. That is our job. So in this instruction process, we have different types of instruction. Basically, those differences come with the situation. So if we address a calculation, we can do it as previous. And if we do what we call, if we do some conditional related things, if you want to check a decision and go with that, then we have something called conditional statements. So today I mainly focus conditional statement. This is very important. And under conditional statement, we have three types to discuss: if statement, if else statement, nested if else statement. From all these three types, the most important thing is if statement and if else statement. I will do practicals, I will explain the theory, and I asked to do some more practicals to you, right? So this is the lesson objective. At the end of successful completion of this lesson, you will be able to understand what are conditions, how these are working, the types of conditions. So let's see about the conditions in programming. So conditions we use to control the flow of your code. So code has a flow. If you check all your previous codes, it has a flow. First it read line 1 and execute. Then line 2 execute. Then line 3 execute. Like that, it has a flow. One by one, it will go gradually. But when it comes to condition, what we do, we change this pattern. If that condition is true, we can skip few lines and we can go to the next available line. If that condition is false, we can go back and we can do something, which means we can control this flow. So let's assume these are the lines, these Right. So these are the lines of the quote. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. So now let's assume these are the lines. So usually how we execute, first we do line 1 and then we do line 2, 3, 4 like that. මේ එකින් එක තමයි හැමතිස්සෙම execute කරන්නේ. But when we have a condition, what we do, we check the condition. If this condition is true, we can skip these 2 lines and we can go to the 7th line. We can skip the flow. We can control the structure of the code, or else you can go back and you can execute this line. So that is why I call these as controlling structures. We can control the structure of the code. අර එක දිගට number 1, number 2, number 3 lines එක දිගට execute වෙන්නේ නැතුව එක පාරට එක එහා මෙහා කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ structure එක යටතේ. We called it as conditional statements. Right. So here we have the need for decision making. When it comes to the need for decision making, what we do here basically, so here we have a situation, a real world problem. So let's try to understand this thing with a real world problem. So let's take the first thing. If it is raining, take an umbrella. So you take an umbrella if only it is raining. වහින් නැත්තම් umbrella එකක් ඕනේද නැහැ. වැස්සොත් විතරයි umbrella එකක් ගන්න කියලා කියන්නේ. So if it is raining, take an umbrella. And then if the user is logged in, show the dashboard. User log වෙලා නම් dashboard එක display කරන්න. එයා log වෙලා නැත්තම් display කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. So it's depend. If user log, we have to show the dashboard. If the score is 100, print you win. Score එක 100 නම් එක print කරන්නලු you win කියලා. So these are decisions. You check a condition. If that condition is true, you're supposed to do that thing. Right. So here we came to the condition statement. We call this as control flow. They allow a program to execute certain pieces of code based on a condition is true or false. So it can break the usual sequence flow of a code. This is the syntax. මේ syntax කියලා කියන්නේ format එක. Right? So if you can remember this format, then it is easier to apply the data and develop the full structure. Here we have if conditions. So now how we do this? First we write the word if. If is a keyword. Because we are dealing with computer, we are giving instructions to computer. So your computer should understand now this person going to work with a condition. How we do that? We can take the word if. This is the word if. And then you have to write round brackets. Inside round bracket, you can write the condition. What is the condition you're going to do? So in our previous example, if it is raining, we take an umbrella. So raining is the condition. You have to check whether it is raining. And then we put curly brackets for this. If this condition is true, you can do this thing. Only this condition is true. මේ condition එක වැරදුනොත් ඔයාට මෙයාට අදාළ brackets දෙක ඇතුළට යන්න බෑ. These two brackets belongs to this if condition. If this condition is true only, it can go inside and do this thing, whatever the thing, calculation, print statement, it can perform. So this is the if condition. So now I will give you few practical things to understand how the if condition work. So here we have an example. So I'll show you how this thing work. Let me open Notepad++. 8 Java program. Change the file type as Java source file and then save. Start a class, paste the name, and then main method public static void main string args. Right. Now I'm going to develop a small condition. Right. So let's take a variable called age. The age equals to 25. Right. So now I'm going to develop a small if condition. Type if, both letters should be simple. And then open a round bracket, close the round brackets and open curly brackets. So these two curly brackets belong to if. If this condition is true, which we write inside these round brackets, then it has access to go inside and do the thing. Right. So now I'm going to develop a condition. So to this condition, you can't write sentences. You have to convert whatever the condition into a technical format. So let's assume I want to check this age is greater than 18. So this is how you do. Greater than 80. So this is the greater than sign. This is number. This is variable. Nothing hidden thing. Your computer can execute this thing. So I convert that sentence into a technical thing. You can't write sentences inside this curly bracket. Everything should be in the programmatic format. Right. So now if this condition is true, what you supposed to do? I supposed to print you are an adult. Right. So now if this age is greater than 18, the age is greater than 18, I'm going to print you are an adult. So let's try to check the output. Copy the class, open your terminal. If you close that after the previous example, type cd, change the path and then try to execute the thing. First we compile class name.java. There's an error. Mm. Can you please check this code and confirm whether it's working? I think there's no any error in the code. It's working. So if you also receive something like that, then close the terminal, open it again, and try to change the path. And these things are usual because we all are using with a programming language. So these things are very usual things. Yeah, now it's working. That's why I told there's no any issue in the code, right? You are an adult. So now you can see this is working. I'll show you how this thing work. So now first we initialize a variable and a value. So then we pass that value to this variable 25. So 25 is greater than 18. Condition is true. And then what we do, we pass this to this and this will print. So that is how it's working. So now let's try to change this to 15. So now what do you tell? The condition is incorrect, no? 15 is, so here we have 15. So 15 is not greater than 18. So let's see what happens if we change the value to 15. Nothing. We can't see nothing because we didn't include that in the code. We checked only the correct path. If this condition is true, do this thing. But we have to include what we are going to do if this condition is false. So to show you that, I'll again open the PowerPoint presentation. What happens when the condition is false? So if the condition is false, you have to use something called else. So else is the thing that we use to handle if that condition is false, right? So go back to the code. Here we write else after this. After these curly brackets, you can write else. For else also you can write curly brackets. These two curly brackets belongs to else. If this condition is false, we directly go to else, right? So in else, what we are going to print, you are not an adult. Right. So now what's happened? They check the condition. So now age is 15. 15 is greater than 18. Is this condition true, Lamai? No, this condition is false. If this condition is false, we can't go inside these curly brackets because these curly brackets belongs to if. We can go into that if only this condition is true, but the condition is false. Then what they do, they can go to else. Else we use to handle that false side. So now let's check the outputs. Now we change that to 15. Java, first compile, and then, yeah, you are not an adult. So you can see it ignores these two lines and directly print this thing. So this is how these if else are working, right? So now quickly do this and update me the screenshot. If you have any issues, please let me know. Yes, I can see all of your answers. Very good. So this is how we do conditions. So you can take one condition and then you can, this is the condition, right? You have to technically develop that condition. Right. So let's go to the PowerPoint presentation. Yeah. So what we are going to do if we have, let me check your answers before that. Kavindu has updated. Good. Chanit, good. Anuttara, yes. Yeah, it's working. Very good. Asvika, yes. Good job. Good, good. I can see all of your answers. Please do others. If you don't have a laptop or desktop, it doesn't matter. Please write the code in a book or piece of paper and then send me a photo. So, yeah. So now see, we have multiple conditions to check, more than one conditions to check. So if we have more than one condition to check, we have to write few conditions. So this is the format for that. For the very first condition, we take this. This is for the very first condition. And then for all other conditions, we can take else if. These are the middle keywords we use. For the very first condition, we take if. And for the last one, we take else. For else, we usually don't use that curly brackets, conditions, right? Not curly brackets, round brackets. Again, if කියන්නේ condition එක, else කියන්නේ අර මේව උන් නැත්තම් තමයි මේක වෙන්නේ. මේ ඔක්කොම check කරලා ඒ කිසිම දෙයක් උන් නැත්තම් තමයි අපි else එකට යන්නේ. else එකේදී check කරන්න condition එකක් නැහැ. මේ කිසිම දෙයක් මේ ඔක්කොම වැරදි නම් මේක කරන්න කියලා වගේ දෙයක් තමයි කියන්නේ. හැම middle case එකටම condition එකටම else if දාන්න පුළුවන්. Condition 1, 2, 3 like that. So here you have an example to understand how this thing is working. So let me show you a code for that. You can start a new file, save it as ninth Java program. Save. Class right. So let's see. Int a equals 18. If a greater than 0, system.out println number is greater than 0. Else if, second condition, a equals to and then else. Number is less than 30. Right. So these are the things I supposed to do. So now you can see here we have two conditions to check. Two conditions. In our previous code, we had only one condition, but here we have two. So for the very first condition, you write if. You write the word if, and then in round brackets, you type the condition. These two curly brackets belongs to this if. And then we have another condition to check. So when we check this thing, if only this condition is true, sorry, if only this condition is false, මේ condition එක false නම් තමයි මේ condition එකටත් check කරන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ condition එක වැරදි නම් මේක, මේ condition එක වැරදි නම් මේක. So like that we check this thing. So here this is else if. This is the second condition. What we do is we write the condition. In this case, I want to check A is equal to 18. Then equal the කියලා check කරන්න double equal දාන්න ඕනේ. Single equal දැම්මොත් වෙන්නේ මේ පැත්තේ තියෙන value එක මේ පැත්තට pass වෙනවා. දැන් මෙතන තියෙන single equal නේ. එතකොට මේ පැත්තේ value එක මෙයාට pass කරනවා. හැබැයි අපිට වෙන්න ඕනේ එහෙම එකක් නෙමෙයි. අපිට මේක equal ද කියලා check කරන්න. එතකොට system.out print ln number is equal to 18. And then else we use if both these conditions are false, what you supposed to do. So let's try to get the output. Number is greater than 0. So that is how it's working. Right. Please do the code and give me a screenshot. I gave you the code in the chat. Good, I can see your answers. I'm just checking a small activity to give you because these things are important. Okay, I'll write the code. Right. So the activity is write a Java program to check a number is odd or even. So this is the question. So what you have to do, you have to write a Java program to check a number is odd or even. So you can take a variable like this and then assign a number 5, 6, 7, 10, whatever the number. And then you have to check that number is odd or even. First you have to check how to get odd or even. අපි ඔත්තේ ඉරට්ට කියලා කියන්නේ. මුලින්ම ඒ ගාන බෙදන්න ඕනේ. මොඩියුලස් කියලා මං කියලා දුන්නේ. මොඩියුලස් එකෙන් ඉතුරු වෙන නම්බර් එක ගන්න ඕනේ. එකද එහෙම නැත්නම් බිඳුවද. එක නම් odd එහෙම නැත්නම් even අදාළ විදියට ඔත්ත ඉරට්ටේ print කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. So please try to do this question. First try. Take a small attempt. This is not difficult. Please search this thing in the internet. If you can find the code, try to understand it and then start a new file and try to do that as the 10th Java program and give me the output. So I need that output. I'll give you 5 minutes to quickly do the activity. Then I'll give you a small break. But before that, I need to check your answers. Quickly do this. Very good. I can see all of your answers. I'm so happy. Kavindu, Janit, Asvika, everyone. Mihirani, good job. Anuttara, very good. I can see all of your answers. I'm so happy when students doing these codes because you know when it comes to non-IT faculties, they don't like to do these codes. They hear these things, they get that basic understanding and they just forget about all these things. But you are coding, it's very nice to see you that thing. Right. So please do this activity. Do a small research because you know when we do computer programming, software engineering, everyone is available in the outside in Google. So you just have that understanding capability to search code from internet and convert it into your words, understand it, try it, and then get the output. I'm just checking your answers. Mm. Let me check the answer. I'm checking Janit's answer. Int number equal 18 if number. Yes, Janit, your answer is correct.
Thanks, madam.
Yes. Ashvika. Yes, your answer also correct, Ashvika.
Madam.
Check. Kavindu. A equal 97. M equals 0. M A modulus 2 equals to M. Kavindu, did you get that answer for your code? Are you there, Kavindu?
Oh, madam.
Avane, answer ka?
Oh.
Right, so you did it in a different way. You took M and assigned 0. Yeah, that's correct. Then you got the modulus. Then you passed that value to M.
Oh, madam.
All right. Isn't it? Yeah, that's correct. Correct.
Thank you, madam.
Correct. Then Nissan Sala. Let me check the code. Number is good. Very good. Your code is correct, Nissan Sala. Thank you. And Anuttara. Let me check Anuttara. Good. Your answer also correct. Mihirani. BA equals 18. B. Yes, correct. Very good. Aisha. Yes, your answer also correct. Aisha, I think you miss the curly brackets for if. So your your closing bracket is there, but opening bracket is not there. After if condition, put the opening curly bracket and then put the, and in your print also P capital. So P should be simple for both cases. Execute if any errors, read the error and then correct it. Yes, very good. Right. I'll show you the code and then I'll give you a small break. Right. I'll do it in the same code. So here what you have to do, you have to take the variable, whatever the variable, and then you can pass a value. Let's take a simple value like this. And then what you should do is, you should get the modulus because you should get the reminder value. And then you have to divide it by 2 and then you have to check whether it's equal to 0. So if it is equal to 0, you can type number is even or else number is odd. That's it. This is the code. The students who have not done the code, I think all of you have done. You can check the code, check my code with your code, that if any errors you can correct. And with this, I'm going to give you a short break. Take a 15 minutes break and then come back. Refresh yourself, go somewhere, eat something, drink something, and then come back. We can discuss another important thing after the break. After the break, I'll discuss loops. Whenever we have things to repeat, we use something called loops, right? So I'll show you how to work with that. And after completing all these fundamentals, again, I take all these things with a question paper and I'll practice all these things with you, right? So after the break, we will discuss about loops, right? Take a small break and then come back. Right. Hope you all are there. I just checking the PowerPoint presentation. Right. So with this, I'm going to discuss about a switch case statement. Let me share the screen. Then you all can see what we're supposed to discuss. Right. So this is the presentation I prepared for switch case. Uh, so earlier before the break, I told you that I supposed to discuss loops, but I thought to take that for next week because under loops we have three types of loops to discuss: while, do while, and for loop. So it will take like 2 hours to complete about the loop session. So I thought to take this part, switch case statement. This is something related to if else, and I totally forget about that thing. When I searched the PowerPoint presentation, I suddenly saw this thing. So once you understand if else, and multiple conditions, then you can understand this switch case statement. So let's go through the PowerPoint presentation, understand this, and then we can quickly go to the practical part. Because for these things, we don't have actually theory things to discuss, but for your better understand, I prepared a few slides of presentations to give you the theory. But when we discuss the practical, when we practice those things, you can clearly understand how things are working. So now let's see, you have this kind of long chain. So here when you check this code, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 conditions to check. You know, checking 2 conditions, 1 condition is totally fine. But when it comes to this kind of chain, these are very long chain. you have many more conditions to check. So if you have this kind of number of conditions to check, yes, you can if else if, but it will not very practical. Sometimes some issues can be happen, some delays can be happen in the output. So because of that, we introduce something called switch case statement. So these are the issues in this switch case statement. Constantly checking the same variable can become long and messy, and the compiler may have to check everything again and again. So this is very long. You have to take number of lines, and your compute also has to go each and everything again and again. And you can see in all these conditions, we check only one variable. So that's the thing. So this is quite difficult to handle if we have few conditions, more than two conditions. It will be a difficult task to do. Because of that, we have something called switch case statement. In this part, I'm going to take you through switch case statement, and I will do a practical for that. A switch statement is a control flow structure that allows a variable to be tested for quality against a list of value. So you have list of conditions, but in all conditions you check the same variable. So if the situation like that, you can use switch case statement. So this is the structure of a switch case statement. First, we have the keyword switch, and then we have the expression. Expression is basically the variable you are using. And then we are taking cases. Case, here we have a case, here we have a case. Like that, you can develop cases based on the conditions. And then under each and every case, you can tell them to do something. This is the action. If you want to print something, if you want to do a calculation, if you want to do a comparison, you can do it inside this thing. And then you have to break. Why we break, students? Because if the given case is this thing, no need to check rest of things. Then you සොයාගෙන අහන්නේ number එක 0 වලට equalද? දැන් මේ condition එකෙන් ඒක check කරනවා. number එක 0 වලට equal. එහෙනම් මෙයාව print කළා මෙතනින් break කරන්න පුළුවන්. බොරුවට මේ lines කියවන්න ඔයාගේ code එකට අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. එතකොට ඉක්මනට output එක හම්බෙනවා සහ efficient output එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. So these are the things you should concern when you work with switch case statement. When I do a practical, you can understand how this thing working. This is the syntax. So you can note down this thing. So we follow this thing for future codes. We start with the word switch, and then within brackets, we write the expression in the sense the variable. Then you open a curly bracket, and here you close a curly bracket. So this is your entire switch case statement. Inside that, you develop cases. Case 1, case 2, case 3, and finally default. Please note down if you want this structure. This will look like difficult, but not that much difficult. Right. a simple example. So I'll show you a simple example. This is the example that I'm going to discuss with you and show you. So before check this thing, I'll go to the Notepad++ and I'll give you that perfect example. Right. So we are going to start a new file. Save this as 10th Java program. Go to the Java folder. Inside that Java folder, save this as 10th Java program. And then Java source file, save. Class, give the class name. Make sure to copy the name from this section. It is easy. Other than that, some spelling mistakes can be happen. Main method public, static, void main. String args. Right. So now what I want to do is I want to take a user input. At the moment, we don't know how to take user input. I'll show you how to do that if we have time today or if in a next week. So let's check the day number and accordingly print the day. So we have 7 days. We asked to check the number of that date, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then accordingly print. So these are the days. I'm just explaining the question. This is not the code. 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are the numbers. So if it is number 1, the number is number 1, we print as Monday. If it is number 2, we print Tuesday. If it is number 3, we print Wednesday. If it is number 4, we print Thursday. Saturday, Sunday. Right. So this is what I want to do. So if the number is 1, we are going to print Monday. If number is 2, we are going to print Tuesday. If number is 3, we are going to print Wednesday. If number is 4, we are going to print Thursday. If number is 5, we are going to print Friday. If number is 6, we are going to print Saturday. If number is 7, we are going to print Sunday. So now you can see we have 7 numbers to check. In other words, we have 7 conditions to check. We have 7 conditions. It is a good number. So in that case, I decided to go for that switch case because we have more than 2 conditions at all. And all these are numbers. All these are same type data types, same type data. All are numbers, all are whole numbers. So I can use switch case statement to develop this thing. So I'll show you do that. Right. First take the variable day and let's pass a value like 5. Right. So later you can change this. Now we are going to start switch. Then open round brackets and close it. After that, open and close curly brackets. So this is your switch case statement. Whatever the thing you're supposed to build inside your switch case statement, you can write inside here. And here we have day. Right. So now this is outside the switch case statement. You're supposed to check this number. So you have to take this variable inside this. Yes, you can, because you can take the variable like this. So now we have to check 7 numbers. For each and every number, you have to write a case. Case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, case 5, case 6, case 7. After the word case, you can keep a space. And then you have to write what is the thing, what is the value you are going to check. So what are the values you are going to assign for this thing? So in this case, we are going to assign numbers from 1 to 7. Right. These are the numbers I'm going to check. But if you're supposed to check 10 to 15, දැන් ඔයා print කරන්නේ 10 ඉඳන් බලලා 10 නම් මේක 12 නම් මේක. එතකොට 10 12 11 තමයි මෙතන replace වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඔයා බලන value එක මොකද්ද? ඒක තමයි මේ case එකෙන් පස්සේ ලියන්නේ. දැන් හිතන්නකෝ මේ numbers නේ. ඔයා check කරන්නේ words. So if it is a word, you can use double quotations, and you can type a word like this. මේ case එකෙන් පස්සේ ලියන්නේ ඔයා check කරන value එක. ඔයා check කරන value එක තමයි මෙතන ලියන්නේ. මේ case එකේදී අපි check කරන්නේ numbers from 1 to 5. After case, you should type colon. This is not semicolon. This is colon. මෙතන තියෙන්නේ semicolon එක අර semicolon එක නෙමෙයි. Semicolon එක කියන්නේ dot එකයි කමාවයි කියන එකනේ. මෙතන තියෙන්නේ dots දෙකක්. Right? After each and every case, you should type colon and then go inside. Here you can type what is the thing that you supposed to do. I supposed to print Monday for 1. System.out print ln. දැන් කවුරු හරි කෙනෙක් 1 කියන එක නම් enter කරේ Monday. දැන් මේක හැම එකටම print කරන්න එපා. මම ඒක හැම එකටම copy කරගෙන යනවා. case එකෙන් පස්සේ මේක. Right. So now you can type the value. If user enters 1, we are going to print Monday. If user enters 2, we are going to print Tuesday. If user enters 3, we are going to print Wednesday. If user enters 4, we are going to print Thursday. If user enters 5, we are going to print Friday. If user enters 6, we are going to print Saturday. If user enters 7, we are going to print Sunday. This is the action. And after each and every action, you should type break. Because if the number is 1, you print Monday, and after that, you finish executing it. Because no need to check other things. අනිත් ඒවා check කරන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. We finish the code. Very easy. You have to write the word case, keep a space, write the number or the word you're supposed to check. In this case, we check numbers from 1 to 7. And then write a colon and then go to the next line and write the action. In this particular example, we are going to print Monday. And then you should write break because if the case is 1, you can break the execution from here. So like that, you can do all these things. And then here, for the very last thing, you can use something called default. Default is something like this. Usually we ask numbers from 1 to 7. දැන් අපි යූසර්ගෙන් 1 to 7 කියලා කිව්වට ඒගොල්ලෝ මිනිස්සුනේ. එයාලට වැරදිලා 10, 12, 15 අර රේන්ජ් එකේ නැති දෙයක් එන්ටර් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ හැම එකකටම අපි common answer එකක් දෙනවා. ඒක තමයි default. මේ රේන්ජ් එකේ නැති ඕනම value එකක් එන්ටර් කරොත් එයාව මේ default category එකට දාලා එයාට කියන්න invalid input. For this thing, no need any breaks because this is the last thing. So this is how it happened. So now day equals to 5, right? So what is the value of day? It is 5. So now it came inside. So now we check. Is this number 5? No. Then it will go to second case. Is this number 5? No. Is this number 5? No. Is this? No. This is number 5. Finally found that. Then it goes inside print Friday and break execution from that. They are not going to check case 6, 7 and after that. So let's see, we type 10. Now the value is 10. Is this 10? No, 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 no. This is not 10. This is not 10. This is not 10. This is not 10. Then it goes to this and print invalid input. So that is how it works. Let's take 5 and let's check the output. Right. Save this. Go to the terminal and then type Java C Friday. So now change this to 11. 11 is not a number in this range. Invalid input. That is how it works. So now quickly do this and I need your answers. Janit has already updated me with the answer. Please do others and quickly send me your screenshot. I just want to check whether your code is working or not. First try with number 5, then try with number 11 or something out of the range. I can see some of your answers. Let me check. Kavindu, very good. Anuttara, Janit, very good. Please upload others. I'm checking your answers. That's a part of this thing. If you all can't understand what I'm doing, what we are practicing, then now point of doing this kind of practical session. So please upload whenever you get the code, whenever you get the output, or whenever you wrote it in your book, please upload your answers, right? So now this is the slide that I want to show you to tell that importance of having break. As I told you, if you ignore that break, it will execute all these things, right? So I'll show you how this thing will work. Let me go to the code. These are just for fun. You can try these things. Then you can understand how things are working. Remove all breaks and then save your code and execute it again. Right? Yeah, you can see Saturday and Sunday. So number 6 is Saturday. They found the answer. Until they find the answer, they will check all these things. Once they found, they will print that thing, and then they go to the next thing. They will print that thing, and then all other cases after that. But if we put break here, then they ignore checking the other things. Once they found the answer, no point of checking other things. So if you forget to put break, then this will be the output. But you want to get only Saturday, but it will print Saturday, Sunday, and invalid input. All actions after given number. So that is the importance of having this break in your code. Right. So here the default case, as I told you, default is like the safe case. If all these conditions are not working, this is the thing that you're supposed to do, something like that. So we always take like very safe answer for that. If those are invalid input, we are going to handle this way. So like that, we put default for the very last thing, like this. And these are also something like this. Let's assume for day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're supposed to print Monday. If you enter number 5, if you enter number 4, if you enter number 3, 2, 1, for all these things, you give Monday. And the next things you give Wednesday. So you can couple the things like this. I'll show you how to do that. Right. So let's assume if user enters number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, we print Friday. And for these two, we print Sunday. Invalid input. Oh, let's change this to number 4. Friday. Because for all these things, it will print Friday, number 4. දැන් මෙතනදි කරන්නේ අපි සමහර තැන් තියෙනවා user 1 2 3 4 මේ ඔක්කොම numbers වලට එකම දෙයයි පෙන්වන්නේ. එතකොට ආයෙ එකම දේ හැම එකටම type කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. cases ටික list down කරා එක action එකක් දාලා break එකක් දැම්මහම ඇති. ඒ කියන්නේ user 1 2 3 4 5 කියන numbers වලින් මොකක් enter කරත් මේක තමයින output එක. 6 7 කියන දෙකෙන් මොකක් enter කරත් මේක තමයින output එක. So that is how these switch case statements are working. If you want, I can give you the code. Right. So I think that's all for switch case statement. These are the differences between switch and if else. So whenever you have very long, very number of conditions to check, you can use switch case statement. And if you have if else, if you have 1 or 2 conditions to check, you can use if else for that. Right. So that's it for today's session. I will upload the PowerPoint presentation. Yes, I'm just checking it, and the attendance sheet. Do you have any questions to clarify? I have uploaded the PowerPoint presentation. Please check that, download, and keep it with you. I think with that I have another PowerPoint presentation. This is for the switch case statement, and we did conditional statements as well. Let me upload that thing. I have uploaded. Please check. And attendance sheet also I have updated. Please mark your attendance. So do you have anything to clarify? Any questions? So I'll ask your coordinator to convey the message about the CAT exam or the days that we are conducting lessons. I think now for object-oriented programming also we have covered most of the fundamental things, but we have few more things to do. So we can cover because we have time for that. So if you don't have any questions, I can wind up the session. I know you're also a little bit frustrated with the time schedule. Morning also we did some practicals, evening also we did some practicals. But I think for me it's very easier than theory things because I don't like to explain theories and all. But when it comes to practical, it's small difference. Time to time we take theories, practicals, and it's a kind of mixed thing. So thank you for coming for these 2 sessions and interactively participating for sessions, sending me the screenshots and all. I'll keep all these screenshots to send your coordinator because for your evaluation processes and all. So if you don't have any questions, I would like to wind up the session, and I'll keep the meeting 2 minutes after I wind up, because those who want to mark the attendance and download the PPTs, they can do that thing. So then I'm going to wind up and end the meeting. Thank you for coming, and have a nice week for all of you. So goodbye.